Welcome to another InWheelTime podcast. Join us. From Studio A inside the Sugar Shack Studios, this is the InWheelTime award-winning car talk show. Just ahead, we have recalls and Hemings Sold Car Roundup. Also, I'll give you my thoughts on driving the 2025 Buick Invista, Jeff. A Buick.
I know.
And Jeff has the Motor Minute, and it's all coming up on the InWheelTime car talk show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this Will Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Who doesn't? I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Chief Engineer David Ainsley.
Right, David.
Is monitoring this through his cup and string, and he's going to tell us when we're off the air.
Yeah, and his strawberries.
In the strawberry fields forever. Mm-hmm. All right, so shall we do recalls first, or do you want to?
It is your call. I'm ready. I've got the thingy all thinged up there.
He's got his thing.
I got my thing.
Oh my God, this is rolling off the rails real quick.
In my trunks.
And his cutoffs.
Oh, his cutoffs. Yeah.
His cutoffs. I think way back in about 1970, I had a pair of cutoffs when everybody else did.
That's where mine came from.
Yeah, and you still have yours. That's the only issue, Mark.
Yeah, buddy.
Pull it so the strings, the fringe.
Well, you have to kind of trim them every once in a while because the strings hang down to your knees after a while.
I call those my legs.
Well, there's that. Got some recalls to tell you about. The loose transmission cross-member bolts may become a problem on the Ford Explorer and the Lincoln Aviator for 2025.
I can't
Take it in there and they'll tighten it up for you. They'll do the tighten up. Steering gear assembled incorrectly on all of the 2024 Ford F-150s.
All?
That's what it says. All of them. Oh, my God. Okay. Way to go, Ford. Engine stall from software error. Engine stall from a software error. It's a hiccup in the computer.
Yeah.
Acura and Honda. Acura's MDX TLX Type S and the Honda Pilot 21 to 2025. It just, I guess, quits running. And no reason. It just quits.
I'm going to stop.
Tired.
Rear view camera image may not display Acura MDX 2025. So when you have your car in there for that other problem, you might have them check that rear view camera display that hasn't worked since you bought the car.
If they got the
Subaru
parts.
Forester 2025 incorrectly manufactured wheels.
What? On a Subaru?
Wheels. Martha, that looks like a 1958 Studebaker wheel on there.
Martha, that looks square.
Golly.
Poor Martha.
Golly. Driver's airbag may not deploy, and you'll only know it when you wreck the car.
It's
Lexus NX RX 23 and 24. Toyota Corolla, Corolla Cross Hybrid, Highlander Hybrid, Tacoma, and the list goes on and on. Driver's airbag may not deploy. 2023 is the pinpoint year for that, so you might want to check with your Toyota or Lexus dealer. I like it when you call it a Toyota. Toyota. Okay. You ready for the Hemings Sold Car Roundup?
Yeah, we could do that.
Because we've now added pictures by request, because I know, we can't see it. Well, we are an audio.
He didn't show us either, so
We're an audio company, so you're supposed to use your imagination and envision this. Okay, so our first one out of the box this morning is a 2002 Chevrolet Camaro. Now, I had a Chevrolet Camaro SS that looked very similar to that red one that you're looking at there. Mine was dark blue, and it came from a upfit company out of Detroit. I can't remember the name of the company.
I had a 92 RS, Victory Red.
Yeah. That was a fun car because it had the Corvette motor in it. It had a 6-speed manual transmission. I really liked mine. So a 2002 Chevrolet Camaro, how much do you think that sold for on the Hemings.com Sold Cars Roundup?
I got this.
All right.
11,000.
11.
What do you think there, Mars?
I was thinking close to 15.
Really?
Yeah.
How about $33,600?
Well, then you're wrong.
Excuse me. I was looking at the wrong picture.
No, you were looking at the right picture, but that car right there sold for $33,600.
Hogwash.
As I've always said, all it takes is that one person that wants that car, and they're going to bid it up.
I've got to have that car at whatever price.
Jeffrey, I think that I had a car almost exactly like this, and I absolutely loved the car. A 1993, I think mine was a 92, something like that. Anyway, a 1993 Cadillac DeVille.
Yeah.
And this one here looks super clean. Has the wire wheel covers on it, white wall tires. It looks completely stock and beautimous. How much do you think that sold for?
What year again?
93.
93.
93 Cadillac Coupe DeVille.
18,000.
18.
That's a pretty car, but I'd say 12.
How about $7,300?
Well,
Jeff.
I was going to buy 3 of them. There you go.
I would seriously.
I would buy that.
I would buy that too.
Well, see, then you would have another car. You
Exactly.
could get the cheap insurance on
That's
the
right.
Corvette.
If I'd have known and I had an extra $7,000 flying around, wait for that income tax refund and I'm there. All right. Next one is another Cadillac. This is for you, Jeff, because this is your style.
Brits.
A
Eldo.
1976 Cadillac Eldorado. It looks like it's a convertible. I may be wrong, but I really can't tell.
It looks like a ragtop. Yeah.
Okay, so a 76 Cadillac Eldorado, probably dark blue or
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
dark blue, I
Yeah.
would guess. What do you think that
Gorgeous.
something like that would sell for? Wire wheel covers. It looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor.
Does look nice.
25.
Really? Mm-hmm. Would you pay $25 for it?
That's a beautiful car.
It is, but I think more like 18, and I'm kind of fedging. I was really thinking 15.
Well, you were close because it's $13,650. That would be a really cool
I
weekend
bumped it
car.
3 for Jeff for
Yeah.
Jeff's benefit there.
Well, I guess it got me excited.
That would be a great car to
I
take
know.
on the hot rod
I know.
tour.
All of these. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plush
All right.
seats. Oh, the seats where you sit in them and they just kind of envelop your body.
The next one. Oh, God, Jeff. Look at that beauty, will you? It only weighs 10,000 pounds.
That's
But-
a Buick.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a 4-holer Buick Roadmaster station wagon
Baby.
with just the hint of some wood trim around the windows.
Man.
It's a 1.5 miles long. Got some, looks like factory stock wide whites on it. Some nice looking chrome hubcaps.
I got some wood trim looking at that.
Yeah. This car, I don't believe I've ever actually seen one like this.
$42,000.
42. Mars?
I'm kind of with Jeff on that, but really probably just for because I'm
Just for-
weirdly weirded out. I'm going to say 60.
$63,000.
Good for you, Michael.
$63,000.
Right.
Dude,
that has to be a museum piece
Yeah,
or
it's got
something.
to be.
Golly, is
I only
that?
got 42.
Can you see that coming down the street? Oh my God!
Not
Get
very
out
often.
of the
You
way.
wouldn't drive that thing every day. That would be a
No, of course
that'd be
not, because
crazy.
you know it's probably got a a 49. It's probably got a 2-speed automatic transmission, no overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
It may do 50 if you're on a lucky day. But anyway, that's a
Downhill.
beautiful car down
Nice
here.
work.
Yeah.
Now here's one for Mars.
Ooh, yeah,
Manx.
yeah. I had one.
A night? No. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not for Mars. Your next one is up for. Okay. This one here is a 1969 dune buggy. Now, we'd like to think that it's a Myers-Manx, but it's not a Myers-Manx. This is a rip-off of the Myers-Manx, but
Kit
it's
car,
cool
yeah.
looking. And so it's 69 Volkswagen dune buggy, but it's got the dune buggy look to it, the big bug eyes in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a real true dune buggy, then it would be made on a modified Volkswagen Bug chassis with a Volkswagen Bug motor in it.
You go first.
Well, I'm trying to. There's so many things that can affect it. The engine. Has it got the dual carbs? It doesn't have the Stinger exhaust on it. But I'm going to say, just because they're kind of hot right now because the Meyer Manx, I'm going to say 22.
Ooh.
I think Jeff is going. What are you thinking? You thinking lower?
I'm thinking lower. I'm thinking probably 12.
$8,000.
Oh, poof.
$8,000.
Because see, that's an upgrade. Because see on the body side panels, it's got the metal flake look on it.
Yeah, it's got a
In between
little
with it.
mural on it.
mural
It's got a mural on it.
Mine didn't have anything. It was just the black
Black.
outer body there because
It's like a Corvette Cove. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, Mars, this is for you.
Oh,
ta-da!
This is probably
Wait,
one of...
this is a four-door.
Yes, this is a four-door sedan,
Man.
probably one of the dullest cars I have ever seen in my entire
Dude,
life.
I like that car.
I know you would. Both of you would. I remember in high school, my buddy Ross Putnam, he had a Buick Skylark that looked almost identical to that. Do you remember that ugly thing from the 1960s? The
Yep.
Buick Skylark?
Yep.
The original Buick Skylark looked like that Ford Falcon. Now understand that the Ford Falcon, there are many, many parts and pieces of the Ford Falcon that wound up as the origination of the Ford Mustang, the 64.5 Ford Mustang. But this is not anywhere close to that. This looks like a pristine...
Oh, no. Oh, contraire, mon ami. Look at the hood. Look at the fender and the bumper by the headlight. You got a back door that's not fitting very properly. I would say pristine is out of the question.
freshly washed.
Okay, thank you. And the tires have been armor-alled.
Yes, they have been armor-alled. I like the way you kind of blew that up there. And
I saw that.
He's cheating.
I know he kind of nitpicked it, didn't he?
did.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So how much do you think something like that?
$6,000.
$6,000. Now this has probably got the straight 6 in it.
Yep, 3 on
and
the
a
column.
3 on the tree.
Yep. Now I'm going to go 8. I'm going to go 8.
Mars, you've
Yeah.
missed a opportunity of a lifetime.
Man,
You could have had this car for $4,150.
that's even better than the Caddy. That would solve your problem
I
with
could
your
take it,
Corvette.
but
I'm not buying that car.
But I will tell you, there was a guy over in Vidor that used to come over to the Nederland to make the drag. He had one of these 2-door, straight front axle under it. The back was jacked up to make it level so the tires could stick out from under the body. Had a V8 in it. He never would open the hood to let anybody see what it was. But he come over, he looked cool
Well,
going
good
down
for
the
him
drag.
is all I can say.
Good on you.
Yeah. Hey, where you going Saturday for the drags? Oh, I'm going over to Nederville.
Nederland Avenue, a place to be. There, people used to come from Houston to make the drag over there, dude. What are you talking about?
Nederville?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It wasn't us. We didn't come over there. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
Just
here, our last, our
There's
last.
a dent right there.
It is. Here is a bargain any way you look at it. A 1972 Volkswagen Super Beetle. There's nothing super about that Beetle.
buddy.
Straight bumpers, yeah.
No, it's a straight meaning they're not dented. 72 Volkswagen Super Beetle. I'll give you a hint. When it was new, it didn't cost this much.
Is that meaning it's overvalued?
Somebody paid too much money for the damn thing. That's I can tell you that.
$8,000.
14.
Well, split the difference. $10,400. $10,000 for that?
I was actually my 8. I was thinking was kind of high. It was more like 6 is what I was thinking. Wow.
I'm sorry. Okay. Well, good luck to them. Mm-hmm. It'll probably run long after we're dead.
Yes.
But in the meantime, somebody pulled out $10,000 and bought that car.
God, sinful.
Yeah. Well, hey, worse things. You could buy like I did, a Chevrolet Corvair and spend a fortune fixing it up.
Well, that was kind of a unique, cool-looking car.
Well, it wasn't when I bought it.
No.
The engine ran. That was about it. Needed a complete new interior. And, of course, as you know, I painted it, or had it painted, by my buddy Mark Rancourt over at Sweet Rides. We haven't talked to Mark in a while. Is he out of business or something?
No, he's pretty busy, but he's not in the collision business anymore, and he's working on the custom. He's actually spending some time with his family.
He sold that collision business though when
Yeah, he
when
did.
when I did the Corvair with him.
And,
When I pulled that Corvair in there for him to look at the first time, he goes, "Oh dear God!" I said, "Well, you
started
said that
praying
you'd
right
take
away.
a look at it," and I opened it up, showed him the all inside where the trunk is, which is a frunk,
Right.
and the engine compartment. There was no rust. It sat in the field, but here in Houston, it was a Houston. Bought it, Snap Up and Nap Chevrolet downtown. So in 1966, it was brand new, and it ran. That's all I can say.
I talked to him back during the holidays. He had a couple of cars in Autorama that he'd done, and they picked up a couple of awards over there.
Good for him. Yeah. Good.
How are the folks at Autorama, by the way? I guess they're alive.
Ask me Monday.
Okay, I'll ask you Monday. We need to take a break. And I think the timing is perfect, don't you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And we'll make it on time.
All right. Just ahead, a review of the Buick Invista and Jeff's Motor Minute right after this quick break on the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. Welcome back to the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Come along with us on the upcoming Hot Rod Tour of Texas, April 24th through the 27th, beginning in Victoria. We have their links. You did put the links up, did you not, Mr. Morris?
Working on that. Yes.
They will be up.
They will be up.
They will
by
be
the
up.
by the end of the weekend, yes.
Very good.
Had a little trouble building the new commercials for this weekend.
You did?
Yeah, a little.
Why?
Well, because I was trying to do some fancy stuff that I'd never done before.
He's just too fancy.
How'd that work out for you?
Oh, I thought it looked pretty good.
Okay. Well, if you're happy with it, that's
It just
good.
took
Not
happy.
to the expense of shortchanging the Hot Rod Tour of Texas links.
Happy.
But- Kind of, sort of.
Time now for Jeff's Motor Minute.
Here we go. We've got some new subscribers. Grayson Batts. Thank you, Grayson. And as we all know, if we get 1,000 of them, Mike will come to your house and cook you breakfast. The other one, we have Eloise Hams. Thank you, Eloise. We appreciate you listening and watching and all that good stuff. But here's the icing on the cake. GM's performance team dedicated to the Corvette has lost 3 high-profile members in the past 12 months. What's going on, they say. Kirk Benyon, Corvette's exterior design manager, has left General Motors, marking the 3rd high-profile departure of GM's performance team in the past year.
Wow.
His exit follows those of Corvette chief engineer Taj Juchter and Corvette project manager Harlan Charles, raising questions about what's going on with GM's marquee sports car program. Juchter's retirement had been expected, but the circumstances surrounding Charles and Benyon's departure remain unclear. Charles has openly referred to his exit as a forced retirement, while it's reported that Benyon was fired. With 3 major figures now gone, the shakeup raises speculation about GM's future performance car plans. While GM insists Corvette will remain within Chevrolet, it's possible these moves signal a consolidation of its sports car programs. GM's only remaining sports cars are the Corvette and the Cadillac V-Series. Love you, car. Those are the only models. GM has already retired the Camaro, and rumors persist that it could return as an EV or in a dramatically different form. So there you go. That's the
Here's
minute.
what you want my
Sure,
my
absolutely.
guess that they are going to go the route that Porsche did, and they are going to take the Corvette and they're going to turn that into. There's going to be a Corvette SUV. There's going to be a Corvette sedan. I envision this.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's just my own thing.
Well,
and
we've
there's
done-
I'm not the only one. I think that there's other people that kind of think the same way.
Well,
and I think that these guys are going, no, you can't do that. And they're going, oh, yes, we can. See ya.
You know what the difference is between fired and retired? Forced
Tell me.
retired? One has tenure, the other one don't. That's it.
They retired. You got the tenure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're
Fired,
not going
you
to
get
fire
severance,
you.
yeah.
We're going to let you retire. And the other one, you can't retire, so we're going to fire you. Been there, done that.
Yes, you do know about that. I think
Yeah.
it was your buddies at AT&T.
Yeah, buddy, we went through that bunches.
Yeah.
But that's
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, to me, the last Corvette that I like is the C5. After that, to me, they're not Corvettes. When I look at them, I don't think Corvette.
Oh, I do.
I don't.
I do.
The 70 model.
I think that you're thinking back to the hideaway headlights and that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
But remember, the Corvette wasn't always hideaway headlights.
No, a 62 is what I'd love to have. I can't afford one, but I'd love to have
You can.
one.
No, you can. You'd be surprised you could afford.
you
one.
could afford it, Mike.
Not the way I want. I want the LS motor. I want the.
Well, that's
Well,
a resto
you know,
model.
yeah.
yeah, that's what I want. Something I can drive every day.
Well, then you're talking about big bucks. What? Okay.
That's what he's saying. You can't. Yeah, can't do it.
You can afford it. Sell the beach house. I'm just saying.
yeah. Well,
That ain't going to happen as long as you got Becky around.
it's not. Yeah, that's true. I got to have a place to go. That's my doghouse.
Is that your doghouse?
That's my doghouse.
I can
This is
see
man
that.
cave on the water.
Time now for this hour's car review. Had a chance to drive
Oh,
the
boy.
2025 Buick Invista. Final assembly location is, drum roll please, what do you think?
China.
Nope. Korea.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Yeah. It's built, made in Korea. Available trim levels, the Preferred, the Sport Touring, and the Avenir. I had the Sport Touring, which is the middle of the line. What they consider a small station wagon, we would consider it a small SUV, but whatever, it's only in a name. 5-passenger vehicle, including the driver. It's all new for 2024. This is the 25 model that we're reviewing. Really no changes between the 24 and 25. Fastback roof design. It looks really cool, but the one thing that you may have to put in your mind is, especially if you're 6 feet tall, is that you might have to bump your head on the roof to get in the back seat. There is that, but it looks cool. If you've got a bunch of kids and stuff, that's perfect. I like the way it looks. I love that fastback design myself. Long hood, short deck, popular with sports cars, as you well know. Concentric wheel arches look really good in that because, you know, so many manufacturers like to shrink down the rear arch of the wheel. No, that makes it look ugly. High-mounted slitty headlights and sharp grille look racy. Cargo hatch is glass, almost horizontal. What I liked about it, the overall look gets high marks in my estimation. What could use improvement? Nothing. I think it looks great. Interior highlights. We love the one large screen across the dash. It's both the infotainment and the instrument cluster combined into one. It really works well. Cloth or leather seating material is awesome. We love the well laid out controls. No factory navigation, but it does have Android and Apple CarPlay that is standard in all of them, and I think that that's the way to go because you can customize your own stuff on your phone, you plug it in, and boom, there it all is. Cargo room is small, but the vehicle is small. What I liked, the rear seat air vents, which you don't find on a small SUV, but this one had it. What could use improvement? Headroom in the rear seat, maybe small, as I said. It could be an issue with taller backseat passengers. So if you take if you take Grandpa, who's 6 feet tall, he'll bump his head a little bit, but that's okay. Probably needs it.
Yep. It's got a plate in it.
1.2 liter 4-cylinder turbo. 137 horsepower, 1.2 liter, 162 pound-feet of torque. And I said it was a four-cylinder. No, it's a three-cylinder. 6-speed automatic transmission. Tow rating? No. There is no, because you ain't going to take anything to tow back behind it there.
Yeah.
Miles per gallon, 28 city, 32 highway for a combined of 30. I got 28 over 399.2 miles. What I liked, the power, even though it's only 137 horsepower, it matches nicely with the actual vehicle, the transmission, and the miles per gallon. So I think that it's a good compromise. What could use improvement? Offer an optional motor with a little bit more horsepower. That would be my only suggestion to them. But when you do that, then it's going to raise the cost of it, because now you've got to manufacture parts and pieces that are going to be able to accept both the three-cylinder and probably a four-cylinder. Whatever. Ride and handling, sportier ride than most other Buicks. Some people may consider it a little stiff. I don't. It's a small vehicle. What could use improvement? Nada. Here's the fun part of this vehicle. The base trim price is $24,700.
Yep.
The price is tested is $27,780. The base model price, $22,900.
That's sweet.
Dude, they're going to sell a bajillion of these things, I think. Competitors, the Chevy Trax is related to the Invista.
It is.
It sells for $20,400. So if you want a cheaper model, check the Chevy Trax. Then it goes above and beyond when you talk to the Mazda CX-30 for $24,995, or the VW Taos starts at $26,420. So I think that this is a real bargain. I think that it's a sleeper, as we used to call it back in the day, because it offers a lot for a little bit of money. I think that you really should check it out if you're in the market for that kind of
One
a
thing you
vehicle.
mentioned about the nav, you can get nav. It's a pay to play with the nav.
Not according to what I read, and not this vehicle.
Okay, I have it in mind. I can pay for
Right,
yeah.
but you have a vehicle that's larger than this.
Right, I've got the step up. I got the Envision, and it's the preferred as well.
That's correct. But this one doesn't offer
Right, I got you.
from the factory.
So you pick and choose the Buick that you want, and you can get a shirt like mine as well. This is Buick right there.
Did you buy that? Oh, that's the new Buick logo.
Yeah, the new Buick logo.
You selling those over there at the Bull
no,
shirts?
I went through a lot to get this.
Did you?
Yeah, I'll tell you the story. It's like a 3-hour show just to tell you the story.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
We'll save it.
Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address here is info@InWheelTime.com. We are back after this quick break. Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The award-winning InWheelTime Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the InWheelTime Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.